Alan's talk this evening is the history of Seaham Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Smith.
Thank you, Philip. Can you hear me at the back, please?
No.
All good? Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. It is an evil night. As Jennifer and I drove along the seafront past Seaham Hall this evening, I just gave the place a wave on your behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, as a young boy growing up in Seaham, I admired Seaham Hall. I knew that it was a hospital in which my mother had worked when she was younger. I regularly walked past Seaham Hall with my pals. We used to go and play football in the field just past the hall towards the sea regularly. I had a vague understanding of the historical significance of Seaham Hall, but very little else. If somebody had told me at that time that Seaham Hall would one day become probably the finest five-star hotel in the northeast of England, I would most certainly have raised an eyebrow. Yet, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. November 2025, and Seaham Hall is indeed a magnificent, iconic hotel, listed as one of the ultimate British hotels in the Sunday Times list of spa resorts in the UK. It came out in the top 10. Quite an achievement for a town such as Seaham. If you wish to hire Seaham Hall for a wedding, absolutely no problem. You can book the whole magnificent establishment for the duration. The spa really is superb. The ideal venue for your daily dip. Should you wish to invest in a weekend retreat at Seaham Hall, then the recently constructed lodges are absolutely ideal. They could be exactly what you're looking for if you've got a spare £500,000. It really is, ladies and gentlemen, a truly wonderful building in a superb location and with a fascinating history. But let me take you back to the beginning of the story of Seaham Hall. Today, the population of Seaham is approximately 21,500. The town, which continues to change in my lifetime, I've seen the most incredible changes to that town, as all towns have changed. It continues to grow. It continues to thrive. But at the time our story begins, the population was barely 100. In 1774, approximately 250 years ago, the population of the town was mainly in Seaham village, the area around this church, the Church of St. Mary the Virgin. It was the only surviving building of the original Saxon village, granted to that church by King Athelstan in 930 AD. The Church of St. Mary the Virgin is claimed to be one of the 20 oldest surviving churches in England. You can still go and visit. If you've never been, ladies and gentlemen, in the summer, on a Saturday afternoon, go and let the wardens show you round. Fascinating. But in 1774, this was it. And there we had it. We have it. To the east, the sea. There's the church. The village, the inn, the village green, the road running to Sunderland, just exactly as it does now, and the road running west to Houghtonleigh Spring, just exactly as it does now. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is a cottage, and that cottage was to become Seaham Hall, or the site of the present Seaham Hall. In the year 1678, the manor of Seaham, including Seaham village, was sold to a gentleman who resided here, Sir Mark Milbank of Halnaby Hall, near Croft in Yorkshire. Included in the sale was the manor of Dalden, adjoining Seaham to the south. The Milbanks had originally been successful merchants in Newcastle. However, while the Milbanks owned the manor of Seaham, their main residence continued to be Halnaby Hall, with occasional visits to Dalton Tower. The ruins of Dalton Tower can still be seen just outside of Daltonley Dale in Seaham. However, in 1777, Ralph Milbank married Judith Noel, daughter of Viscount Wentworth, a prospective heiress to a considerable fortune. Ralph's father, Sir Ralph, was still alive, living at Halnaby, and as Dalton Tower was too old-fashioned and uncomfortable for their needs, the newly married couple, they made their home in Seaham village, in a house which I showed you earlier, which Judith called the cottage. Ralph Milbank and Judith entered fully into the life and activities of the landed gentry of the county balls and the race meetings. And in 1790, Ralph was elected as Member of Parliament for County Durham. And this prompted the pair to build a house more in keeping with their elevated status. Judith designed the new house. Local stone was used, and the builder completed the work for £1,100. Judith insisted on having an ice house built on the south bank of the Dean at a cost of £15, and it's still there to this day. While Seaham Hall was being built, the Milbanks moved in with good friends at Elmore Hall at Piddington. And now Judith, after 15 years of marriage and at the age of 40, she found that she was pregnant. On the 10th of August, 1792, Anna Isabella was born. Shortly after, they took possession of their new home, and the girl was baptized in St. Mary's Church. Ralph Milbank succeeded to his father's title and property in 1798, but he decided to stay at Seaham Hall. Ralph and Judith doted on Anna Isabella, known as Annabella, and surrounded her with love and affection. She grew up to be a clever and studious girl, interested in science, mathematics, and poetry.
Subscribe to our channel and we'll let you know when there's a new video to watch. The subscribe button is below the video next to the like, share and comment icons. To watch another video, Just click on one of the pictures above the arrows now.